Forgive me for calling you an ice cream seller. It was not meant to denigrate your personality, Shetima says to Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. Hello, everyone. You're welcome to the news. We all know that during political periods like this, politicians and leaders have a way to go indecent routes by denigrating each other, by insightful comments and insultive remarks. One of such happened when Shettima, the former governor of Borno State, was on an interview on one of the popular platforms, and he referred to Yemi Osinbajo as somebody who should be into ice cream selling business. How dirty can we go? All in the name of sentiments being whipped up because of our love for a particular candidate against the other. Let's get into the news proper. The former Borno State Governor, Kazim Shettima, has tendered an apology to Vice President Yemi Osinbajo for making disparaging remarks against him in a recent interview. Shettima had said that nice people like Osinbajo should not be running for president because they do not make good leaders and tend to be nasty. He said, rather, Osinbajo should be selling popcorn and ice cream, since this is what decent people like him are good at doing. The former governor spoke on a TV show where he also described former Lagos State Governor Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as the best aspirant on the APC platform to defeat Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in 2023. Although Osinbajo has yet to respond to Shettima took to his Twitter account on Sunday to apologize to the Vice President and the Senate President Ahmed Lawan, who are presidential aspirants on the ruling party's platform. He wrote in a series of tweets, "When I appeared on Channels TV last Thursday amidst the tension rippling through our political arena, it was to underline the promise as official Abat's presidential bid, held for those yet to establish the certainty of the order ahead of the election. I never set out to denigrate the personality of any aspirant, and definitely not that of my dear friends and allies. None of them is an opponent, so their aspirations isn't a threat to us. They appear so in the sprint to become the party's presidential flag bearer in the 2023 elections, but they are our allies in the marathon. My assessment of the Vice President as Professor Osinbajo and Senator Ahmed Lawan were well-intentioned. I never set out to subject them to ridicule, but rather to stir up interest in the contrasting virtues of the cast of aspirants, putting up a fight against my preferred aspirant, one most favored and advantaged to guarantee APC's victory in the forthcoming presidential election. The interpretation of my remarks on Yemi Osinbajo and Senator Lawan are thus being done literally and overblown. My words weren't woven to portray them as unworthy aspirants, but merely to qualify them as non-threatening contenders. I, however, take full responsibility for my utterances and wish to appeal to our teaming supporters to neither take my words out of their metaphoric context, nor interpret them as a measure and declaration of hostility towards my dear friends and allies. I hereby tender my unreserved apologies to the Vice President and the President of the Senate for the unintended pains my jabs might have caused them and their families and supporters. As we approach the finishing line of this tense political race, I am not unaware of who the actual opponents are. A divided house, even if in the assumptions and imaginations of supporters with a distant grasp of our relationships with other aspirants, is the last impression we wish to create among Nigerians. I want this to be taken as an appeal to our supporters across all political camps to build bridges and mend fences, as the actual journey is just about to begin. Victory for the discerning has always been the first lap of the race. Thank you for your understanding." So this is the former Borno State Governor apologizing to Vice President Osinbajo and the Senate President Ahmed Lawan for the utterance he made. Now let's take a bit of analysis on that. Well, it's a good thing, everybody goof at some point in time. when your emotions are running high and everything. And it was really so rude and insultive for him to call Vice President Yemi Osinbajo an ice cream seller, that he should rather be selling an ice cream. Now, aside leaving politics, a lot of these governors or political leaders are nothing. They have no contribution to the society. And one thing you can never take away from Yemi Osinbajo is the fact that before he came into politics, he had a life where he was not just a lawyer or senior, I'm not sure if he's a senior advocate, not just a lawyer, he's been an attorney general, okay, yes, of Ogun State or thereabout at that time for Lagos and Ogun. And also, he has always been a fantastic lecturer. A lot of lawyers today have borne witness to the fact that Yemi Osinbajo contributed immensely to their success, and because of his eloquence, his brilliance of the law profession, and he had a way of impacting the world. You can tell me one of the best ways of impacting is by teaching, especially the rates at which our educational system has gone down the drain. How many of our leaders still have substance to be able to pass on to the generation? The only thing they are perfect at is to throw jibes at each other, to denigrate each other, and to always seek for political office. I might not particularly be a fan of Yemi Osinbajo, but I'm not, for us abusing each other and denigrating each other. And to Mr. Shettima, you cannot say because you're emotionally charged or something, you can be calling an old professor. Forget the fact that he's a vice president. An old professor, an ice cream seller that should just go and be doing ice cream selling and all of that. That is very insultive. The same thing was done by Bola Ahmed Tinubu when he insulted Dapo Abiodun right in his presence to say, Eleyi, if not for me, you cannot become the governor. I think we should get less power drunk a lot of times and watch what we are saying. Because if you guys are not there already and you're already denigrating people, insulting them, it's just dirty politics. Your energy and anger should be targeted towards how to get your party people to find ways of releasing the 60-something adopted passengers on the Kaduna Abuja train that are still in custody of the kidnappers 2 months and counting. Enough of all this, shenanigans that our politicians are fond of doing and eating up our politics anyhow they like. Thank you so much for watching. Please drop your comments in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.